Hey everyone, thank you for stopping by. My name is Kimberly and this is From Loved Ones Tarot. Today we're going to do love readings, whatever comes out for all 12 signs, Aries through Pisces. So feel free to look at your sun, moon, rising, or your Venus signs especially. And feel free to look up whoever you may be curious about. Because this is a collective reading, you may not relate to one sign or the other, but I do hope that you gain some sort of clarity today with whatever I share. Again, this is whatever comes out. And I'm going to upload each sign as I do them. So if you don't see your sign or the sign that you want to watch, it will get done. Every reading is related to the time that I post that video. So if I post it today, then the reading is current for today and moving forward for this month or for the next 30 days. Starting back up at the top, here in the Ten of Swords, some of y'all may have recently been single, or in your past, they're carried with it some trauma, some conflict, some pain regarding a relationship. But here in the Queen of Swords, you're in a chapter of your life that's more balanced, more stable. Like you kind of don't allow what happened in the past to affect what you have now, or affect what you're doing with your life and what you want, what you need. So you kind of take charge or take control of your life here in the Queen of Swords. And you could be man or woman, but this may be how you deal with life. And also for some of y'all, with the Queen of Swords here, because there lacks some type of emotional expression for the Queen of Swords, not to say that she's overly cold, but there may be in the balance, the scales here, you may look at things as black or white. It's like something's good or something's bad. There's no gray area. Maybe you don't like you don't like complicated things, complicated relationships. You don't like drama. So there could be a lot of boundaries you may have put in place, or you could be you have high standards, or you're very strict on who you allow into your life. Does that make sense? That could be for some of y'all. Now, with this Three of Wands here, you could be seeing some success in your love life. Like you're seeing some type of positivity, maybe a good connection with somebody else. But because you are represented by the Queen of Swords, there could be some discrepancies between how you express your love. But we can keep going. To clarify, yeah, with the Seven of Swords here, there's something that you may be holding back, but you're not ready to fully express yourself to another person. With the Ten of Wands and the Nine of Cups here, either you don't want to risk upsetting the other person, or you don't want to risk you being disappointed in the other person. If you were to fully connect with yourself, fully connect with the other person, and maybe you don't want to fully connect within yourself. Like what happened in the past, you're like, what's done is done. Close that door, close that chapter. I'm not going to revisit that. I'm over it. I'm in a good place in life. For some of y'all, you may have to revisit that pain because it's not fully healed. But for others, there's just this lack of connecting on a deeper emotional or spiritual level with whoever you choose to have a interest in here, whoever you're trying to date. If you're wanting to date, for some of y'all. Anything else for the singles? You have the Three of Wands again, the Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Three of Swords. Okay, so the progress or the positive connections that you're having so far is something that you don't want to give up. But you also, the Three of Swords, are hindered by this pain. So again, what happened in the past that you're telling yourself, I'm healed, I'm good. I closed that door. I'm moving on to bigger and better things in my love life. No, that still needs healing. That may be hindering you from having this relationship grow or progress in the way that you want it to. Anything else for singles? You have the Five of Swords, the Ace of Cups in reverse, and the King of Swords. Okay, here comes your counterpart here. It almost seems unfair what you're doing, Gemini, the way you're acting. And it could be different for everyone, how you're acting or how you're presenting yourself, what you choose to share, how you connect, and what you receive from other people that you're interested in. With this Ace of Cups in reverse, there seems to be some type of rejection going on. Someone may be offering you true, genuine, long-term committed connection here in the Ace of Cups, but you may be turning it down from this King of Swords person, and you could be man or woman and the other person could be man or woman, but because they're your counterpart, there seems to be a very strong connection between you two. This could have been your ex we're talking about here, who wants to try again, and maybe you said yes, or maybe you were thinking about it, and that's why there's this half-hearted type of interaction between you two, and why you're not fully opening up or fully trusting. If it's not your ex, it could just be someone who your loved ones on the other side, they see this potential love interest as someone who could truly become your counterpart. They could truly become someone to sit beside you and love you in the way that you need, who could share mutual interests, share mutual goals, share a future with. But you're turning down their offering here of being with them. And that may be an injustice to you. Okay, anything else for the singles? I feel like your loved ones may have advice next, but let's see. You have the Death in reverse. You have the King of Pentacles. And you have the King of Cups. Okay, so this may be representing two different people. I have a feeling one represents your past relationship, or what happened in the past, versus now in the present moment, either with your ex or with a new person for some of y'all. But here in the Death reverse, your loved ones may want you to let go of one person. So you have the King of Pentacles and the King of Cups. This could represent two separate people in your life, or it could represent one person, but two different versions of them. You have one version of the past and you have one version of the present. Okay, whatever it may be, either this is two different people, one from your past and one from now, or the same person but just different versions of them. Whatever it may be, your loved ones want you to let go of one, because you can't hold on to both. You can't hold on to both people, and you can't hold on to both versions of one person. Again, it's not fair to you and it's not fair to the other person. If you're wanting something to blossom here or to grow, you have to just choose one person or choose one version of that person. Anything else for advice for Gemini single, and we're going to move on. You have the Five of Pentacles, the Four of Cups in reverse, and the Page of Wands. And once you choose either one person or one version of a person, you have to accept the loss of the other person. Accept it, okay? Accept that loss so that you can begin again, a new beginning, a new chapter of your life, a new relationship here. Accept who you let go of, recognize what you lost, process it. You can go through the motions if you need to, take that time, and accept what you lost and move forward. And remember that you can't go back. For some of y'all, this may be an all or nothing type of situation. Okay, I do hope that this helps you. We're going to move on to those who consider themselves committed. All right, Gemini, for those who consider themselves committed, you have the Six of Pentacles in reverse, the Judgment card in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And to clarify, you have the High Priestess, the King of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles all in reverse as well. So at the top, I feel like for y'all, This is yet again another separation, or a desire to separate, or desire to no longer want to work on a relationship. I saw this also for Taurus, I believe. So you may have Taurus in your chart, or the other person in the reading is also a Taurus. But I do see a desire here, Gemini, for those committed, a desire to break up or to separate. And something that you may not be willing to admit out loud. Like, I don't think you're committed fully, but there is this desire of like, I give up, nothing's working. And the Three of Pentacles here. And in the High Priestess in reverse, there is this, oh, I don't know, type of energy attached to you of, I don't know if this is what I really want, but I do know this is how I feel right now. And there is this wanting to just give up with your part of the relation. Either your part of the relationship, or you're doubting the other person and their commitment to you. So again, you don't know if you want to stay committed here with what you have invested and what you do in the relationship, or you have doubts about the other person that maybe they themselves are no longer as committed as they once were. So let's keep going to clarify. If you don't connect with this reading, feel free to look at your other signs. All right. 3 more for committed Geminis. You have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, the Six of Pentacles yet again, and you have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So there is some type of, in the recent past, some type of missed opportunity in the Ace of Pentacles, to where maybe there was a conflict going on between y'all, a big rift here between y'all, a conflict, tension, and y'all try to mend things, but nothing has stayed the same anymore after what happened. So there, I see maybe some reconciliation has taken place, but yeah, nothing is the same anymore. Nothing is the same. Let's do 3 more, or at least it may be in the near future. Knight of Wands reversed, 9 of Wands. I can't say it. I always say Knight as 9, but Knight of Wands, 9 of Wands, both in reverse, and you have the 10 of Cups. I don't see here, there's a clear indication that you don't even want to try anymore. You don't want this anymore. The 10 of Cups. Either you or the other person, or both of y'all, don't want what's in this picture, which is a happy family, a house, a dog, kids, growing old together, whatever it may be. You don't want this anymore. Let's do 3 more. Or if you're wondering about the other person, this could be validation for you to know that perhaps the other person doesn't want this anymore. But let's keep going. 3 more to clarify. Page of Swords in reverse, the Queen of Wands, and you have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I feel like your loved ones are going into their advice for you, Gemini. They don't want you to be afraid of having that difficult conversation with the other person here in the Queen of Wands. And again, you could be man or woman, they could be man or woman, but they don't want you to be intimidated to talk to this other person about what's going on, the lack of commitment, the lack of love, the lack of stability, the lack of either physical or financial stability here. So if y'all have money issues, don't be afraid to talk to that person. All right, let's do 3 more for, it seems to be your advice, so more for advice for Gemini. You have the World. You have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse, and you have the Magician. So something has ended, a chapter of your life, or the relationship itself, how you feel before, how you felt before, that's ended. The love that you had, I feel like, is what they're talking about. the love that you had, that is now ended, right? That door is closed. There's no need for you to try anymore to make things work, or to put up appearances, or worry about what may happen. It already happened. If you're still like, oh, I don't know, what if we break up? Your loved ones on the other side, they're like, you've already broken up. There's no need to worry about if you do. You already have. If not physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, something has already ended. So there's no need for you to work so hard to figure out what to do next. So that has been made clear for you. Now you can figure out what you can do now in the Magician. And let's see, what is that in the Magician? 3 more. You have the Hermit, the 10 of Swords, and the King of Swords here. Now you can figure out, how can you get over this hard part of your life that has pain, sorrow attached to it, and get on with your life in the King of Swords here, which is someone who has stepped into their power, stepped into their autonomy, their independence, someone who's clear-headed, someone who doesn't allow what happened to them to affect them in a way that negatively impacts other aspects of their life. Doesn't get in their way, and they're able to rise above and really go after what it is that they want or need. That is what you need to focus on now. How can you become the King of Swords? How can you overcome any negative emotions or pain that you may feel? How can you do that? So worrying about how to fix this relationship, or do they want me? Do they not want me? Do I want them? Your loved ones answer that for you. For some of y'all, all right? Just some of y'all. Your loved ones on the other side have answered that for you. It's done. Now focus on you. All right. And I do hope that helps you. If it has, please like the video to let me know, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Until next time, take care.